like to share with the class?
The bad stuff they put out.
Okay.
Doesn't
Kills the
emissions go
environment.
with the carbon output, like, it's related?
Yeah, what's a big,
There's other
when do you
stuff that comes out
usually
of
hear
the
that
car.
word, emissions?
Cars.
With your car, yeah, because you have to get our cars inspected, right?
Anything that uses a fuel that emits pollutants and is not discarded.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else?
Efficiency.
Okay, efficiency.
Maybe cost.
Definitely. How does cost influence?
And it influences all of our decisions
Mm-hmm. Why?
because the money's not our most resource.
Right, so it's gonna affect us as consumers because we only want cheap things, right? And it's also gonna cost the government money to produce these things, and so they're gonna have the rules that they have that are gonna influence the cost as well, right? Is there anything else?
Time would be a concern too, because if it takes longer to make something, that's gonna drive up the cost as well. And it won't be as effective if it takes forever to make.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have any examples of that?
Like with making biodiesel, like it takes time to make it, but if the process was too long, then people wouldn't want to buy it, because there'd be a shortage of it before you get more.
Yeah, that's a good point. So let's think about biodiesel and how that's made and how would that affect it, well, it would affect us, but how would that affect the government and just production in general? If we're making those biofuels, it's gonna take time, but it's also taking away something else as well.
Food.
A food source. It's taking away not only a food source, but it's taking away area that we use to grow the food source. So that's another big factor when we are looking at why we need to test fuels, what we're testing. Yeah, definitely. Is there anything else? I think this is a pretty good list. Thank you, Brittany. All right, so moving in to what we're going to do today. I have these resources up here, and I would like you guys as a group, we're going to split up into 2 teams maybe, but kind of however you guys want to do it, looking at these up here, looking at the list that we created, thinking about the article, why we need to test fuels. Let's talk about how we could do that. And so I have a few resources up here, and I would like you to, either with partners or maybe even as one group, since there's not that many of us, come up with a procedure for why these are here and maybe how we could test them. So what would you do if you looked at these resources? Someone's going to have to scribble it down on a piece of paper, and then we can go ahead and do the test.
We just all work together.
Sure. Yeah, if you guys want to move together into a group, that would be good too.
You're gonna write.
Do you have to describe?
Such hard work. Wow.
Mhm. Are there any questions about what's up here?
What are those?
What are
Is there
these?
something in them?
These are empty. If you'd like to look at them further, I can bring them over.
Smells like chicken.
I'm just curious, you know, alcohol to compare them.
See the amount of,
With
the black stuff.
Oh,
Off.
yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
like see the carbon.
Yeah, what would it be?
Carbon thing?
Okay,
So
so,
what do I have to do first?
Well, would we have to like hypothesize first?
Yeah, there's kind of procedures.
maybe we really can't
That's
spell
probably those
Procedures
procedures.
without the question.
So we wanna know,
So if something
So do we think that the kerosene or the kerosene or the ethanol is gonna burn better?
When you mean better, like as a
Like that's
burner?
not gonna put out as, that's not gonna put out as much emission.
Well, if
I
it's
think
kerosene, it's
ethanol-
lamp oil, so it should ought to be brighter.
Yeah, I think,
If it's lamp oil, then you should be able to, like, it should be brighter when you see it.
The light's gonna be brighter, or
Yeah,
just
brighter light.
Testing the carbon, and we're just gonna test for like efficiency, so we're gonna put a little bit in and see how fast it burns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we wanna do,
Test for more than just,
typical
Let's
lamp
test
oil
for
will be
efficiency.
cleaner and brighter.
yeah,
okay,
because like
so,
food source and time and that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah, so should we do like, if, no. So we think that, do we think ethanol or kerosene is gonna burn better? In a,
I
in
think
a
kerosene will
sense
burn better.
of efficiency and emissions.
Ethanol would probably be more efficient.
Cleaner.
Yeah, cleaner. The kerosene's probably more efficient.
How are we actually gonna test whether it's cleaner or,
I said,
but what are we looking for?
If it, the carbon output.
Yeah.
Okay, and
We
how
have-
are we gonna look at
We're
it?
gonna hold paper.
we're gonna have,
Look for
Paper?
black. Yeah, we're gonna like hold out here and see if
then
it's
we
black.
stick it like I did.
I think there's a better way, I think that you're not looking at all of your recesses.
Oh, the foil.
Oh, we put it
That
on
was
there
in
and take
paper.
ketchup.
Ah,
Put it in a what?
Like,
Like you
Foil.
put it, no, you can still put it here, it kinda works like, you know, the back of a,
oh,
Like a-
okay,
a lamp
okay.
thing.
Like a lampshade?
yeah, kinda.
no, you put it at the top, and
like,
then you stick it at the top, and then the black stuff sticks to the foil.
It does.
Yeah. Just like the
Oh.
black stuff when you grill, like put the foil on the grill, the black stuff sticks to it.
I don't grill, so, my dad does that.
Well, I'm informing you it does.
Okay.
Okay, so let's try to get our procedures written out with the time that we have left.
But. Kerosene, what's the same top?
Lamp.
Just do it.
Then you have like your lighter. Wait, have you seen what's in
Then we want lights.
Right?
Yeah.
Mhm. But we're gonna try to make sure that like the same amount in, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we want to use it
Oh, no, this is
capture
dry.
emissions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
capture.
Well, it's gonna get wet when we put stuff in
Yeah.
there.
I was just meaning, I wonder if there was, if like,
I think
How-
there's
how
no
can we-
choice in that.
Yeah.
how are we gonna
that's
have a
fair.
full quantity because,
We
you know, like
just
this one's
put it in-
saturated, this one's like.
Put it like,
I don't think the
Well, it's
quantity,
gonna be
the quantity
saturated.
doesn't really matter
just fill
because
it
it's
so
gonna,
that,
But then we wanna test for the
Efficiency,
efficiency, so.
yeah.
but quantity, like, each material will probably pull up at a different rate because it pulls it up as it needs it to burn.
Well, that's what we,
That's
we
what we
check
want
our.
to
well then what if we pour it in, we can just kind of saturate this thing and then they both saturate it.
I think we should test for one thing first, and then do a test for,
So do
Okay,
the
so
emissions
yeah.
first.
Okay.
So then fourth would be compare
I don't know.
emissions on each, is it two different ones?
Yeah, so one for each.
all right. I don't think we have time to do the actual experiment today, so we'll keep your procedures for tomorrow, and then continue.